Shio Nigara, Holiday Simmons Darkwadoa. Hello, friends. I'm Holiday Simmons, the Director of Healing and Resilience at the Campaign for Southern Equality. As a part of our commitment to racial equity, we are enthusiastic about amplifying the experiences and voices of Indigenous people and people of Western North Carolina. Indigenous Wisdom from the Mountains is a project that documents our time with a few leaders of the Eastern Band of the Cherokee Indians. We are humbled and grateful to our host.
Today I want to share with you a little bit of our history. As you can see, we are here in the Great Smoky Mountains. Right now in the fall time, this is what you get, the beautiful colors that are around us. We are celebrating at this time, and our people are coming into our new year, our harvesting, growing all of our vegetables, everything that we gathered over the summer and grew, we harvested, and this is now our new year, and we celebrate and get ready for the winter. Many of you do not know that we're still here. The Cherokee are not only here in North Carolina, but the majority of our people are in Oklahoma, in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. We have two federally recognized sister tribes, Cherokee Nation of Oklahoma and the United Gadua Band of Oklahoma. We are about 17,000 enrolled members here with the Eastern Band. There are about 16 to 17,000 members with the United Gadua Band, and there are over 350,000 Cherokee citizens to the Cherokee Nation. Many people have no idea what Native peoples had to go through. Prior to colonialism, we traded with one another. We had civilizations. If you look at the Mayan and the Aztec civilization to the Iroquois civilization, which we are a part of, the indigenous peoples from North America, from the tip of the Arctic Circle all the way to South America to the tip of the Antarctic Circle, we all were relatives. We all traded with each other. We traveled extensively back and forth prior to pre-colonialism, pre-contact. When pre-contact came, as you can see, a lot of our people, our men especially, were taken as slaves. At that time, they were sent back to Europe and were enslaved in Europe. And at that time, the African American people were being enslaved and brought to the United States. And most of them came around the southeast ports of South Carolina, Louisiana, Florida, Georgia. So when you look at those areas when they came in, a lot of our people were intermarried into the African American society, and you'll see that in the history that we have. But as we go on and look at how we came into who we are here as the Eastern Band, and why we're still here, why we didn't get removed, is because two things. A group of our people, 12 families, became a corporation under the state of North Carolina. We actually agreed to become citizens of the state of North Carolina. Although the state of North Carolina and the counties around us wanted all Cherokees to be in Oklahoma. But we were blessed that we were able to organize as a corporation first in 1889 as Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians. In 1924, we gained federal recognition and gained our federal status with the United States. Having that corporate status as well as our federal status secured our area here. This land belongs to us. Most reservations that Indian people live on today were parcels of land that the United States government picked out and placed them on. Our homeland here, we bought our land. We bought this land. We have a deed to this land. We have one deed for 56,000 acres that 17,000 of us hold in common. And so with that, we have to protect the area that we're around. And so as we grew and evolved over the centuries, we created a like government, just like the United States. Although we have 4 branches of government, which is the Grand Council, the executive branch, which is our chiefs, the legislative branch, which is our council, and then we have the judicial branch, which is our court. So out of those 4 branches of government, the supreme, out of all of them, are supposed to be created equal, but we have the Grand Council of the people. And in that, it's supposed to be that the people have the final say. Unfortunately, when we look at the surroundings that we have here in Western North Carolina, here in the Great Smoky Mountains, which is one of the last of the biodiverse areas in the world, Last year, they reported over 20,000 new species that were found in this area, plants, animals. And so to have this type of ecosystem here, how do we protect it? How do we ensure that this will be here for our future generations? And so when we look at where we've come from in our history, where we've been in our history, and to still be standing here today and welcoming you all to our home, we're blessed. And we want you to know that we pray for our relatives every day. And when we talk about our relatives, we're not just talking about our cousins or our human being relatives. We're talking about the bird relatives that you hear. We're talking about the leaves, the ground, the water, the rocks. Every being on earth is connected. Everything on earth is sacred. And so when you see Indigenous people today, we're trying to get back to that. We're trying to decolonize ourselves because we were forced to assimilate and to acculturate into a society that was not ours. And so for me to stand here today in my traditional dress, to be able to welcome you here in 2020 and to allow you to know that we, Aniawiyang, is what we are called, the principal people. Cherokee is actually a Portuguese word, a name that was given to us. We call it a settler's word. But we know that we have to get back to who we are as human beings, as Aniawiyang, as what Creator put us to this earth here. Qualla Boundary is our mother town. Where we'll be going this afternoon down to the farm is where we say that our civilization began, at Cthulhu. And so when we go there this afternoon and we share that meal, know that you are walking on our ancestors of centuries, of millennials, thousands and thousands of years. The last archaeological dig they had here predated back 11,000 years. So the land that you're on today, the places that you're walking on today, know that my people have been walking on this land and this earth for immemorial.